Good morning. So from where we have to start? Please speak, one of you. Simran, tell me, have we read types of solutions? Okay. So better today we will read types of solutions, page number 50. Everyone please open your books at page number 50. So I told you that solutions are of many types depending upon the state of the solute and the solvent. So first type of solution is solid dissolved in liquid. Solid dissolved in liquid, in which the solute is a solid and the solvent is the liquid. Example. Give me an example in which solute is the solid and the solvent is the liquid. Sugar in water, salt in water. Sugar is a solid, water is a liquid. Salt is a solid, water is a liquid. So this is a solid dissolved in liquid solutions. Clear? Number 2, liquid dissolved in liquid, in which both solute as well as solvent are the liquids. Solute is a liquid as well as solvent is also the liquid. This type of solution are formed when the solute and the solvent are both liquids. Example, lemon juice in water, it forms lemonade. Yes, rose water and milk. Roux afza, milk and water. So these type of solutions, yes, and these types solid dissolved in liquid, in which solute is the solid, solvent is the water. Sorry, solvent is the liquid. Salt dissolved in water. So sugar dissolved in water. Solute क्या है? Solid है. Solvent क्या है? Liquid है. Next type of solution is gas dissolved in liquid, in which gas is a solute and liquid is the solvent. Now, give me any example. Carbonated drinks. Carbonated drinks that you drink, like Coke. In Coke, what is? Carbon dioxide is dissolved in water. Carbon dioxide, it is the solute and water is the solvent. Next, oxygen dissolved in water. Please mute yourself. Oxygen dissolved in water. Oxygen in water bodies, river, lakes, ponds. Oxygen is present in the dissolved form. Means it is present in the form of dissolved in water. वो water में dissolved होती है. And the animals who are living in water, they take the dissolved oxygen only. So that is the other example of gas dissolved in water. Next is gas dissolved in gas. When both solute as well as solvent are the gases. Yes. Example of this type of solution is air. Air is a mixture of gases. Oxygen is there, carbon dioxide is there, helium is there, hydrogen is there. All the gases, they are mixed in gases only. Means both solute as well as solvent, they are the gases. So these are the four types of solutions depending upon the state of solute and the solvent. Any problem in this topic? Okay. Now come to the next topic, miscible and immiscible liquids. Hanji. When two liquids mix together such that they dissolve completely in each other, they are called as miscible liquids. Krish Bansal, who is dancing at your back? Krish Bansal, who is at your back? Please ask him to go away, otherwise I'll block you. When two liquids mix together such that they dissolve completely in each other, they are called as miscible liquids. For example, when milk is mixed in water, it dissolves completely. Similarly, when ink is mixed in water, it dissolves completely. And what are miscible liquids? When you mix two liquids so that they dissolve completely in each other, you have water and you added milk in it. Does milk completely dissolve in water, or do you see any separate layer of milk? So they are so the liquids that completely dissolve in other liquid, they are known as miscible liquids. Milk is miscible over here. Add ink in water. Does ink dissolve completely or not? Ink is a miscible liquid. So the miscible liquids are the liquids when they are mixed together, they dissolve completely in the liquids. They are known as miscible liquids. Immiscible liquids, they are different. They are opposite of miscible. What happens when two liquids mix together such that they do not dissolve completely in each other? They are known as immiscible liquids. Example, oil mixed in water, it doesn't dissolve. Instead, oil and water form separate layers within the container. So immiscible, they are opposite of miscible, means they don't dissolve completely in each other. You have water, add oil in water. Does oil dissolve in water or not? No. You must have seen when you add oil in water, oil it forms a separate layer on the water. This experiment you can do at home also. Add 2-3 drops of mustard oil in water. You will see the separate drops or layer of oil that are known as immiscible liquids. Understood immiscible liquids? Any query? Okay. Shall we go to the next topic? What word? Wax? Wax. Are you talking about wax? Which wax? Candle wax? Candle wax is a solid. It is not a liquid. Huh? We are only talking about the liquids. Wax doesn't come under the liquids. Huh. Yes. Yes. Next topic is changes around us. Changes occur all around us. Cooking of food, drying of clothes, growing of trees, ripening of fruits are all examples of different changes that occur around us. Changes can either be physical or chemical depending upon whether a new substance is formed or not. So, but every day you see a lot of changes around you. Many things are changing. Changes, they are taking place around you. How? Cooking of food is one type of change. How? You bring raw vegetables from the market, then you cook it, then you eat that vegetable. So this is a change. From the raw vegetable, it has changed into the cooked vegetable. Growing of the trees. Growing of the trees means the size of the trees, they are increasing day by day. This is a change. You are seeing a change in the height of the trees. Ripening of the fruits. First the fruits, they are raw. After some time, they become ripened. This is a change. Drying of clothes. You wash the clothes, they become wet. Then you put them outside under this in the sunshine, and after some times they dry. So this is a change. First the clothes were wet, then after some time they became dry. The change has occurred or not? Has any change occurred? So like this, there are many changes that are taking place around you daily at different times. So there are two types of changes that are taking place around us: physical change and chemical changes. Depending upon the formation of new product or not. In some changes, new products are formed. In some changes, no new product is formed. Only the physical appearance of the product is changed. Means उसका outer view, उसकी shape change हो जाती है, कोई new product नहीं बनता. But there are some changes in which new substances are formed, in which new products are formed. So basis or depending upon that, changes are of two types, physical and chemical. So let's read first what are physical changes. A physical change is a change in which only the physical state of the substance changes and no new product is formed. It is a change in which only the physical appearance of the product changes, of the substance changes. Physical appearance means the shape of the product, the shape of the substance change only. No new product is formed. Like ice cube. You take out ice cube from the refrigerator. Keep it at room temperature. After some time, it melts and forms water. Is there any new product formed over here? First also it was water. Now also it is water. This is the physical change. Next, the change occurs only in the physical state of the substance over here. First it was a solid state, now it has changed into the liquid state. No new product is formed, only the physical state have changed. Melting of butter. First it was in the solid, then after that butter has become a liquid. Is there any new product formed? Only the state has changed. Then breaking of glass. When a glass breaks down, what happens? You get pieces of the glass. So first the shape of the glass was different. Now after breaking, the shape of the glass pieces is different. So only the physical appearance has changed. No new product is formed over here. Tearing of paper. When you tear paper, you get small pieces, bits of paper. So is there any new product formed after tearing of paper? Only the appearance of the paper has changed. Shape of the paper has changed. So all these changes come under the physical changes. Clear everyone? In which no new product is formed, only the physical appearance of the product is changed. Next are your chemical changes. This is a type of change in which the chemical composition of a substance changes and a new substance is formed. Burning of paper is an example of chemical change. In this change, the original substance paper changes into a new substance ash, rusting of iron nails, making curd from milk, and cooking food are also examples of the chemical changes. So this is the type of change in which composition of the product changes. Composition means जो उसके अंदर वाले चीजें हैं उसके अंदर जो components present हैं they change and the new product is formed over there. That is a chemical change. Example, burning of paper. You burn paper. What do you get after burning paper? We get ash. I am speaking yet. Chemical changes only. So burning of paper. What do you get after burning of paper? Ash. Is ash a different product from paper? Yes. Yes. Yes, Reva, speak. Where? Okay, go. Hanji, ash is a new product formed. It is a different from the paper. First it was a paper. Composition of paper is different. But when you burn it, composition becomes changed. कुछ और प्रोडक्ट बन जाते हैं उसमें उसका कंपोजिशन टोटली चेंज हो जाती है. So this is a chemical change. Next, another change is rusting of iron nails. Have you seen rusting of iron nails? Rusting, brown color rust, it deposits on the iron products. So first the iron, it is of different color. So when it gets rusted, it becomes of brown color. Means some other products are formed over it. This is a chemical change. Conversion of curd from milk. You make a curd from the milk. You add buttermilk or lemon juice in the milk, then it converts into the curd. First it was a milk, curd is a different product. दोनों अलग अलग product हैं, so it is a chemical change. Means something has happened in the milk due to which the curd has formed. So curd is a new product. Any other change you can tell me? Chemical change. Cooking of food. You cook vegetables, you make chapatis, that I have told you. You bring raw vegetables from the market. You chop them and then you make it. After making, new products are formed in the vegetables. First they were raw. Raw का taste कुछ different था. Cooking के बाद different taste आया. Means something is formed. Composition has changed of the vegetable. So this is a next chemical change. Clear everyone? Any doubts? Huh? Boiling and egg. Okay, after boiling, what do you get? We get a boiled egg. बॉइल्ड एग, उसमें कुछ चेंज होता है? एनी न्यू प्रोडक्ट इज फॉर्म? Let's remember it turns a solid. सॉलिड हो जाता है वो, कोई प्रोडक्ट तो नहीं बनता न्यू, स्टेट चेंजेस. हाँ, देन इट इज नॉट अ केमिकल चेंज, फिजिकल चेंज. हाँ. So now let's remember. Have we done let's remember or not? So, it was your homework. First particle arrangement is shown in solids. So which words will come in front of it? Yes. Next arrangement is of liquids. Next is of gases. Air, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Written everyone? Okay. Next topic is expansion and contraction. Next page, please. Expansion and contraction. When a substance is heated, the particles start vibrating rapidly. Thus, each particle takes up more space because of its increased movement, causing the substance to expand. The increase in the size of matter on heating is called expansion. Now, what is expansion? When you heat a substance, what happens? The particles in that substance, they start moving very fast. They start vibrating, and instead of taking less space they take more space. They expand, वो दूर दूर फैलना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं. And as a result what happens? So because of the increased movement they start expanding. तो पहले इतना साइज था तो उनका साइज इंक्रीज होके इतना हो गया. That is known as expansion. The increase in the size of matter on heating is known as expansion. Solids, when you heat solids, they expand to make form liquids. Means first in during the solid state, the size was small, and when it converted into the liquid state, the size became more. That is known as expansion. Expansion occurs due to the rapid movement, fast vibrations in the particles. Clear? Heating a substance can make it expand. This explains why a tight metal lid of a glass jar can be opened when dipped in warm water. The water heats the lid, causing it to expand a little and open easily. You have a tin. It is very difficult to open the lid of the tin. You dip the tin in the warm water. गर्म पानी में उसमें डाल दो तो जो lid है वो easily open हो जाएगा. Why? When you put in hot water, the particles of the lid they start moving faster here and there. They expand, they take more space, and it becomes very to open the lid of the tin. Next is contraction. When a substance is cooled, the movement of its particles slow down. My voice is not clear. Just introduce yourself. When a substance is cooled, the movement of its particles slow down. Thus, each particle takes up less space because of their decreased movement. So, the substance contracts. The decrease in the size of the matter on cooling is called contraction. Thus, cooling a substance can make it contract. Expansion and contraction, they are opposite processes. Now, how contraction takes place? How contraction occurs? What happens when a substance is cooled? The particle arrangement, the particle movement, it becomes slow and they will become close together. And instead of increasing size, the size will decrease. The matter will contract. जो matter होगा वो contract होना start हो जाएगा due to cooling. Means during the cooling, the particle movement it becomes slow and the matter contracts. The size of the substance contracts. Clear, everyone? Jashit, why don't you mute yourself? So, understood contraction? There's one activity given on, oh, sorry, page number 53. One line is on page number 53. It's because of expansion and contraction that electric cables appear to hang loosely from the poles during summer, but do not appear so in winter. So, one example of expansion is you must have seen the electric cables hanging loosely during the summer season. Because in summers, more heat is there. Due to more heat, the particles in the cables they start vibrating very fast, and the cables they hang loosely from there. Clear, everyone? So only 2, 3 minutes are left. Rest we will do in the next lecture. Let me take attendance first. Yes? Huh? Boiling of? No, no, only 2, 3 minutes are left. Let me take attendance first. My meeting is going to be over. Wait. Let us read activity also. 2, 3 minutes are still left. To learn that heating causes things to expand and cooling causes things to contract, what do you have to do? Take an empty water bottle, a balloon, hot water, cold water, or ice cubes. What you have to do is fill one bowl or tray with hot water and other with the cold water ice cubes. एक में गर्म पानी डालो ट्रे में, एक में ठंडा पानी with ice cubes. Stretch the balloon over the mouth of the bottle. उसके ऊपर लगा लो बैलून को. Stretch it over the mouth of the bottle. Now put the bottle in the cold water and observe. फिर उसको एक को cold water में रखो, एक को hot water में रखो. When the bottle is kept in the hot water, the balloon inflates. When you keep the bottle in the hot water, the balloon will inflate. वो फूल जाएगा. When the bottle is kept in cold water, the balloon deflates. वो deflate हो जाएगा. How it is so? The hot water heats the bottle. Hot water से bottle heat हो गई, and then the air inside also get heated. The heated air expands and inflates the balloon, causing it to increase in size. So due to the hot air, the balloon, it expands. Expands means it gets inflated, increase in size. The cold water cools down the bottle and then the air inside it. So air becomes cooler inside the second bottle, and due to the cold air, the balloon, it deflates, causing it to decrease in size. Thus heating causes things to expand and cooling causes things to contract. So this is very easy experiment you can do at home also. Please try today. Clear everyone? So book exercise we will continue in the next lecture. So it's enough for today. Thank you everyone and have a nice day.